What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a while, but I just wanted to start this video off. You know, it's been a crazy last few weeks. We went up to PA, went home. I ended up having a car meet and I invited a bunch of the homies out and they all came out. It was a good time and I wanted to make a video and show you guys, but at the same time, you know, I'll just have some pictures overlaying here, but at the same time, so I haven't seen some of these guys since a year ago. So it was good to catch up. You know, the whole night I was just catching up with everybody and it was awesome. Thank you guys, those of you that came out, and it was just a really good time. Then we had a wedding, and then my family and Morgan threw me a surprise 30th birthday party the night before we had to drive back to Florida. So that made for an interesting Sunday driving back. But we're back in Florida. We are here and ran into some little issues that I'm gonna have to show you guys. Now, issue number one being, in my last video, I promised you guys that we were gonna come back to a tuned CTS-V drift car. And my tuner ghosted me. I had arranged to have one of the PA guys, and he owns a performance shop, and he does tuning, and he works with a shop down here, and he was supposed to fly in last week to tune the car. Apparently he had a batch of other cars lined up, and you know, it had to be that weekend. So we went through the hassle of Morgan following me down to Wergs' shop, us dropping the truck and the trailer off at Wergs' shop, and Wergs was gonna help me out and do me the favor of bringing the truck and trailer up to the shop because it was near his shop the day I had to get tuned. Well, we did all that. We took two cars down, hour and a half. We took about 3 hours of driving in a night to take care of it all. And I started following up with the tuner and ghosted. Though I was going back and forth with him on Facebook Messenger. So that's how I reached out to him initially. And I called him, left a voicemail, got a call back from, I guess, whoever mans the phone. And got a call back and still nothing. You know, I was told, oh, he'll call you back, he's busy. He'll call you back, he's busy. He'll call you back, he's busy. And I never got a call back, to the point that it was now past the date that the car was supposed to be tuned. So now I'm in PA, car sitting in Florida, taking up space at Wergs' shop, and he was waiting for me to let him know, because he was kind of like keeping his schedule open enough that he could take my car. It just didn't work out. So between that and a couple other things, pretty much just hit my breaking point with dealing with people on this car. So I decided I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna buy HP tuners. Now apparently HP tuners, MPV i2s, 2 pluses, are kind of hard to get your hands on right now. Summit didn't have them in stock, Turn 14 didn't have them in stock, although this one did come from Turn 14 at some point. So I posted on the CTS-V page, and Mont Motorsports had this one left on the shelf, the last one that they had. So I ordered it, and 2 days later, I have myself my HP tuners dongle, I guess you'll call it, the OBD 2-piece that plugs into the car. Now with this opens up a world of capabilities. However, it opens up a world of risk. Now I need to carefully learn how to tune properly and whatnot to get this thing to hold idle, and basically tune my own race car from scratch. I was hoping that I would be able to copy some of the stuff from my Black V, but with that being a Gen 4 and this being a Gen 3, there are some differences. So it's like, you know what, instead of copying someone else's work, I'm gonna try and do it from scratch on my own. And I have access to a series of training sessions and seminars and whatnot. And there's also a lot of information out there on YouTube. And I'm pretty confident in the fact that I can figure this out. So tonight, we're gonna go down, we're gonna drive down to Wergs' shop. We're gonna, just 5'4" Triton things over here, ticking like a time bomb. We're gonna go down to Wergs' shop. We're gonna grab the truck and the trailer. On the way home, we're gonna scoop Chris and his girlfriend, Sam, and you guys know Chris. And then this weekend, we're gonna get the car home, but then this weekend we're going to clutch kickers. So maybe we'll tinker with the car a little bit, maybe try and flash that, what I have so far for a startup tune. I basically took a stock tune file, modified it for the injectors that I have in there, flash it onto the car and see if it'll hold an idle or be able to find an idle based off of that before I get into the MAF sensor tuning. So I basically did everything I could with the HP Tuner's tune file before actually physically needing the car. So let's go get the Drift-V and start this adventure of tuning. All right, so it works a shop, and Works just got this Aston in, and it's insanely loud for a stock car. It's got like 3,000 miles on it. It's sick. And that's sick. And that's sick. Don't go in the puddle. Can't go in the sludge puddle. Listen to this thing. That's stock track mode. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Dude, see, you don't have to put burble tunes on cars. You just gotta buy the cars that are expensive enough to come with them. Is that what it is? 200,000? Jesus Christ. That's crazy. That's cool though. I didn't know new Aston Martins were cool. Honestly, I knew nothing about new Aston Martins at all.
So quiet from the front.
I know, you hear nothing from the front except for the pops. It sounds so tame from the front, and then once you start downshifting, you hear the pops from behind it. All right, so after kicking it with Works for a little bit, it is time to head to the airport to get Chris and Sam. And this is my first time in Judy in like 3 weeks. I'm gonna be honest with you, I missed it. So now I'm sitting here in the cell phone waiting lot at the Tampa airport. And the lot is relatively empty on the backside, but it was kind of interesting getting in here in the front where everyone just loves to pull in and park in the first available spot. It was a little tight because of that. So the car's on the trailer. We're almost home. I'm just waiting for Chris and Sam to get off of their plane and get down to the terminal. Tampa, you gotta take the train thing from one area to the other, but we're just chilling, waiting, and looks like they're ready to go, so let's get out of here. All right guys, so we are home. I'm sitting in the V on the trailer, and I have HP tuners hooked up down there for the first time. And right now what I'm doing is just pulling the stock tune file off of the ECU here. And I have the battery tender hooked up so that, you know, we have good voltage. We don't have to worry about voltage drop. Got a charged laptop. But pulling the stock tune file off with the VCM editor, that way I don't have to worry about, you know, messing anything up. I'm going to save this. I already downloaded a stock tune file off of HP Tuners that I modified for the LS2 injectors, but I'm going to save my stock one on its own. Just so that I have it in case I got to revert back for any reason. So this is just taking a couple minutes, and then from here I'm gonna buy the 2 credits that I need to flash this car, and I'm gonna try flashing on the tune file that I made that has the LS2 injectors on it, and then we'll see if we can start the car and see if it'll be able to find an idle now that it knows how much fuel is actually getting dumped into the engine. All right guys, so we're writing the LS2 tune file on here. I did mess up. So what I learned is that you want to download your stock tune file, save as, and register that VIN and whatnot with HP Tuners when you buy the credits. I didn't have the car, so when I started making this tune file, it was a downloaded HP Tuners repository tune file. Love bugs are everywhere. And I bought credits for that tune file, which meant for that VIN number because it goes by VIN numbers. No big deal, learning experience. So moving forward, when you buy credits, it goes by VIN number. So make sure the tune file you're working on has the VIN number for your car in it. So the write was just completed. So all I did right now was just a VIN change and a VATS disable, which is the vehicle anti-theft. So now I'm gonna try and write again and do the actual LS2 tune file. So you can select what you wanna write. So I did the tuner lock, VATS, VIN. Now I'm gonna write the calibration. If you do write entire, it's brickable. So that's the entire ECU. So I imagine by doing this, it kind of does it in phases. So it's initializing, doing all the stuff, takes, a couple minutes, not too bad. You hear the car do some interesting things. Sometimes the dash decides to move and jump around, but I heard the fuel pump prime while it was just running that VATS one. So we will see what happens once this finishes up. All right, gonna clutch in here, give it a start. Wow, it just started right up. Well, there we go. So now we got LS2 injectors tuned in, and it fired right up, and it's actually running pretty good. So the next thing in my training that I'll be diving into is, let's go to the VCM scanner. Wow, this thing sounds healthy. Sorry if I keep getting out of the way of love bugs, they're everywhere. So we'll go into the VCM scanner, we'll start scanning. Sorry for the choppiness. And what I'm gonna be doing next is MAF tuning. So basically you can see that the car is making these 6%, 7% adjustments on the mass airflow frequency. So what I'm gonna have to do is go in and adjust those amounts in the tune file so that we can dial in our MAF sensor tuning. But we're still in open loop. Coolant's getting up to temp. Not bad. All right, guys, so it's been about a week or so now with HP Tuners, and I finally have this thing dialed in with the idle. I just finished the MAF calibrations, the airflow versus frequency table here. I just pulled a log that has pretty good numbers, healthy numbers across the board. Did a pull or two, just like a little tip in, and we're looking pretty good there with the calibrations. And like I said, this is a learning experience the entire time, and I ordered a AEM wideband gauge and some materials needed to wire the AEM basically into my laptop so that my laptop can pull the reading on the VCM scanner. And from there, what I'll be able to do is start working on the speed density side of things once I can pull effective AFR readings. So yeah, making good progress here. Thing finally has a healthy idle. Let's see, I'll start it up. I'm sitting on a hill right now. There we go. So this thing has a good idle now. A lot of things are rattling back there. I think the exhaust is rattling too. So I have to play with it a little bit. But I basically have a good, I think I have a good base point right now to continue moving forward from there. So I basically just wanted to show you guys that I am still alive, and basically the issues with the tuner that I was going through that basically led me to be here. So we're gonna push through this. I am expecting my coilovers to be arriving in a week or so, and then once the coilovers are here, we're gonna move forward with trying out the new Stansco tow arms that I have, my first test set, and we'll take the car to get aligned, we'll lower it a little bit, get the suspension dialed, and otherwise, you know, just doing some odds and ends, working on handbrake stuff. I did order the handbrake brackets. Again, another first run test set, so once they come in, we're going to test fit those with the calipers and try and wrap up the handbrake, and then I just need seats and a cage and to finish up this tune. So we're getting there. I'm super excited. It's like we're close, but we're still not close, but we're getting there, guys. So thank you for tuning in, for sticking with it, and I would like to get the 3000 out again soon and make some 3000 content, but that's coming. I just really need to knock out some of the big items on this just to have it done by the deadline that I want to have it done by. So like I said, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe, you know, all that jazz. Drop a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.